Deshaun looked like he came alive and got more and more comfortable as this game went on. That was impressive.
And then in the second half, he goes 14 for 14 for 150 and dominates.
Name on that defense that should be in the conversation.
Myles Garrett is an absolute beast, game wrecker, and that's what he does.
Sure.
This defense is absolutely phenomenal.
Holy cow, the Cleveland Browns just got one of the biggest wins of my lifetime, and this one may be the turning point in the season that allows this team to take off. When Deshaun Watson started the game off with that pick six, I was pretty much done from the start and was barely even invested in the game. But this team just showed so much resiliency on both offense and defense, and this was one of the few times where I can say it was a complete game in every aspect, except for punt returning, I guess, because that muffed punt was the most Browns thing that could have happened in that moment. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Cleveland Browns, recapping the huge win over the Ravens, and also previewing what's to come and why I think this team is now officially a threat in the AFC. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. Alright, so starting off with the game recap, I of course already mentioned how Watson threw a pick six right away, but after that he also struggled on his second drive, which gave the ball back to Baltimore again, and they of course drove down the field and scored a touchdown to make it 14-0. And this is when the game felt all but over, and it was only halfway through the first quarter. But after this, it was pretty much all Browns, even though the scoreboard never showed it. They kind of started to chip away at the lead with field goals, and once Lamar got hit going out of bounds, which I was super happy about, you could kind of tell that his rhythm was thrown off, and he made a dumb throw that resulted in an interception that set the Browns up in a great position to get 3 points before heading into the locker room. But Kevin Stefanski of course blew that opportunity with 3 straight bad play calls. Anyways, the Browns came out of halftime with a fire lit under them, and the defense pretty much completely shut down Lamar, and even with the frustrating things that kept happening, they just stayed locked in and kept grinding, and eventually they broke through with that pick six by Newsome off of a deflection in what should have tied the game up if it wasn't for the missed PAT. But Dustin Hopkins of course redeemed himself with a game winner after a game-winning drive by Watson, and specifically the O-line and Jerome Ford. That 12-yard push by the offensive line on that one run was so much fun to watch. This was the type of game that the Browns never win, and usually something stupid and impossible will happen for them to lose. There's a reason that people think the Browns Stadium was built over an Indian burial ground or something, because they really do just find the craziest ways to lose. But this time, they somehow came through and won, and I've had to double check the standings a few times to make sure I'm seeing things correctly, because I still am just not used to actually watching a good team. And I know a lot of you guys may blow off this video because the Browns is the Browns, but they for real have a Super Bowl caliber defense led by Myles Garrett, and by the way things are looking, Deshaun Watson is finally starting to get in a groove, and if this offense can average around 30 points a game, then this team will be chillin'. And they already got through the hard part of their schedule, so if they can just beat Pittsburgh this week and win the games that they are supposed to win, then they really could win the AFC North, which is just crazy to say. But obviously, a lot still has to go right. Moving on, now I want to talk about the backfield of Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt because they have stepped up in a way that I could have never imagined when Nick Chubb went down. I do have to give the O-line a lot of credit because they're the reason that there's always so many open holes. I kind of didn't know how much Hunt had left in the tank, and it felt like there was a reason he was still a free agent when the Browns picked him up, but we were all fooled, and he's still the same as he's always been, and he's so tough to stop on the goal line. I just think overall, everything is starting to come together for this team, and I know it's early, and there's a high possibility that something goes wrong, but I'm on cloud 9 after yesterday, and I can't wait to see what's to come. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because all your support truly means the world. Also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.